ya kwamba shetani hana imani nawe, atakuletea majaribu mengi. Bwana, naomba unisaidie. Ukiokoka jua ya kwamba shetani hana imani nawe, atakuletea majaribu mengi. Bwana, naomba unisaidie. Vumilia roho yangu, majaribu ni kama moto unaochoma imani yangu. Bwana, naomba unisaidie. Good afternoon, good morning, good night to everyone. There is something that I want to address, and this address goes to specifically BARUTHI wa THAYU. And I also want to address Mom Virginia KAMOTHO. I speak not holding any side, but sometimes it upsets me, especially for the people who help other people. When you help other people, you have not a single obligation to manipulate them. You can help a person, but do not manipulate them. I know for a lot of people who help people for the sake of helping, there are people who help other people because that is what God wants them to do. There are people who help people with a pure heart, realizing or expecting none of the recognitions. There are people who help other people to build up their name so that their names can be written on the stone that, okay, this is a person who gave this, this is a person who gave this, this is a person who gave that. And there are persons who help people to inspire others on helping other people. So people have different motivations and different intentions on why they help people. And I think each one of us, we need to purify our intentions. You do not help people so that you manipulate them. You do not help people so that they can adore you. You do not help people so that you can mess their lives in the future. You help people because you want them to benefit. You want to empower them. You want actually their lives to be better than yours. But what I find is that some people, it's like they are happy when others are in trouble. In Swahili, there is a methali that is said, tenda wema, nenda zako. And I repeat again, tenda wema, nenda zako. In English, it's do good and go your way. That you do not keep saying, I did this, I did that for so and so. Do something good and go your way. On this issue of Virginia Wagari land, yes, Virginia has come to the media. And I think, first of all, we have to look at where Virginia has come from. BARUTHI wa THAYU. I think I have known Virginia before you. I can say that. I have not helped Virginia, but I know I have proclaimed her truths to the nations, to the entire nation of Kenya. You know why? Because I felt her pain. Oh, ni mutumia umete kundu kuraihu mono. And where Virginia Wagari has come from, none of you knows. None of you have ever experienced her pains. And even into this generation, none of you perhaps will ever experience her pains. This is a woman who was being abused, and her abusive nature was so deep that it will take time for Virginia Wagari to heal. She was extraordinarily abused. I wish you could ever sit with her and listen to her story and listening to her story, you will be calm, you will be soft, and you will be easy in dealing with her case. In whatever case may affect Virginia Wangari, must be dealt with in humility. Virginia Wangari is an overcomer. She is a conqueror. She is a victor. Her life was so difficult than most of you can ever imagine. And I think maybe Virginia Wangari needs to repeat her story anew. She needs to be interviewed anew. Giki nä kä ronda kä rahona na nä kä o må rageria kwarahå. Yes, I appreciate you and I give you thanks. Farodhi, you have done, good to Virginia Wangari. But be careful. Be careful on the step that you are taking by bringing other people to try to show as if Virginia Wangari is wrong by defending her children, by defending her land. And the truth is, Virginia Wangari is seeing people coming to demolish her fence that she has sorted out with the people's monies. These are Kenyans' monies. These are people's monies that have built this fence. She must be feeling the pain, whether she's wrong or right. You must expect that Virginia Wangari must be feeling the pain. And the question is, if Virginia Wangari does not speak, does not defend herself, who is going to defend her? If Virginia Wangari does not speak up, who is going to defend her? Virginia Wangari, yes, she has a husband, but on the other hand, she does not have a husband. This is a single woman. This is a single mother of 9 children and even more whom she has adopted. She needs to defend herself. God is on her own defense. And so when you realize that she's not ready to speak to you, it is because sometimes we hold back. Because, sometimes if you know that if you speak, you're going to hurt people, it is better not to speak. If you know that people are just playing with you, sometimes it's just better to hold back. If Virginia Wangari has spoken, you would say that she has insulted you. And that is what you are looking for, most of you. You want to hear Virginia Wangari speaking so that again you can go to the media and tell people this is what Virginia Wangari is saying. But it is not so. Tigai kogeria mutumia oyo. She's a single mother, but do not tempt her. Do not attempt to play with this woman. Know that she's a single mother, but she belongs to God. She's a woman of God. Do not bring people to her door, to her gates. That is a disrespect. Yeah, I know, Faroudi, you might be wanting to collect money via YouTube because this is the whole matter of creation and being artistic. You bring a story that will catch up people's hearts. Because by doing this, you want Virginia Wangari to lose followers. But the whole thing I will say, even to those who follow Virginia Wangari, those who will leave, they will leave because they were not meant to be in the life of Virginia. But for those who know the truth, will stand and defend Virginia Wangari to the end, especially for us, co-pioneers, who knows the beginning of where Virginia Wangari has come from. Her journey cannot even be compared with the journey of Moses. It was a difficult journey. She has come from afar. Sometimes we try to compare our story with someone else's story. No, it is not so. Thank you for who is joining live. Thank you very much. I'm talking of a case that has happened to a woman who suffered a lot in her life. And now again, she's experiencing a struggle. After people had set up a building, a big mansion for her, some people again have come and build it just beside her and demolish her fence. And so she's worried about it. And so Virginia Wangari have the right to question what is happening to me. Yeah, So what I want to say, be careful by playing with single mothers. They too has a defense, and their only one defense is God. So what I wanted to say is that Jesus one time, his disciples were leaving him because of his teachings. They claimed that his teachings were so difficult because Jesus was telling his disciples, if you do not eat my flesh and drink of me, you cannot be part of me. And so some of the disciples found these teachings very difficult. They didn't know that Jesus simply meant he is the life, he is the truth and the way. And so Jesus looked at them because a lot of them left, and a lot of people who are following Jesus left because of his hard teaching. And Jesus asked them, will you also leave? And Peter came forward and said to Jesus, I have looked all around, and I have seen that you, as our master, you have the words of life. Where shall we go? And so it is. When you want kusaidia Virginia, now those who remained in your channel, even after so many people left, those are the ones that God meant to be in your life. Wengine walikuwa wametumwa kwa muda. There are those who will help you only for a time, and there are those who will be with you forever. For some, they will start with you only for a while. Ni kama wakati wa maombolezi, when someone dies in your family, there are those who only come to tell you sorry at that moment, and you never see them again in your own life. And there are those who come and stay. What do I mean by staying? That they journey with you in your suffering. They kept calling you, and they even pray with you, and even after death, they keep thinking about you. But there are those who just visit and go on their way. And this is all about life. So I want to give encouragement to Virginia Wagare. You have explained yourself, and it is understood. I can understand that these people, instead of coming to dialogue with you, they went direct to the police station. And so you also took mandate because they came with force. They came with force. Force. Sometimes it is by fire, by power, by spirit. So they came to you, and as a mother, as a woman, you had to take courage, because this world, most women have no chance to express themselves. So what do you expect? They have to look for defense. And our women, our mothers, I feel this for women because I know when a woman has no defense, she can only look out to God. And so Virginia Wagari was right, because for her, she went to her wakiri. I cannot remember at this very moment. Wakiri is who in English? I think wakiri is a judge. Yeah, I mean, she took her case to the judge. And so the judge holds her case. Mom Virginia has presented her title deeds. She has presented all her documents. But for you, on the other side, Farodhi, your people, your neighbors, or those people you want to show as if they were right, they were asked to present their documents. But the thing is, they have not presented anything. So why do you want to show as if Virginia Wagari has done something wrong? I mean, you are already talking at her gate. So you can simply even meet her, where she does her mandazi preparation. You can go and speak to her. I do not think Virginia is running away from you. Virginia Wagari is only entrusting that her case is in the hands of the judge. And so yourselves, even if you are right, then take your case to the judge at this point and let the judge, convict the case. It is as simple as that. But you do not have to come to the media to collect money through your YouTube by messing up the name of Virginia Wagari, because this is what you are doing. I tell you, Farodhi, and I tell you this in humility, but with courage. Farodhi, stop what you are doing. Stop what you are doing. Wacheni kuchezea huyu mama because he has no defense. Wacheni kuchezea mama Virginia. Aki, huyu mama face a lot throughout her life. And I tell you again, Farodhi, you do not know the story of Virginia Wagari. You only know her half part of her story. Mom Virginia went through a lot, to an extent that her children were taken in jail innocently by their stepmother, Yule Mama Wakabo. This woman punished these children in the absence of their mother. These children are healing from the trauma. They are already in trauma. And you know, these people who have come to build and demolish her fence, they're adding up another trauma to a woman who is not yet healed. She's just in the healing process. And you're coming to add her more stress. When Virginia Wagari ever gets sick, it is upon you, Faruthi Wadhayo. It is upon you who are following her. Guys, you may want to build and justify yourself. And let me ask myself, what do the rich people sometimes want from the poor people? Really and truly. I mean, you know, sorry, maybe if I cross over the fence. But I mean, this rich man, what does he want from Virginia? Just a fence? What can he gain by demolishing the fence of a poor lady? That is why rich people will have it difficult to gain the kingdom of God. I tell you plainly, and I'm never apologetic about this. Rich people, be humble, be mindful that there are poor people who have no defense, that their only defense is God. What I mean, you rich, what is that small piece of land that you can gain from a poor woman? What will you plant there? It's just, you know, a fence. It's just a fence. What are you going to do with that? You know, a big man who is rich, who is maybe educated, going to fight with a woman who have nobody. It shows how cowardice some people can be. That is cowardice. If you feel that you are strong and you have enough money and you are rich, you know, your riches are flowing to the dregs, go and fight with the rich people. Go and fight with them, you know, go and fight with the people of your character. Go and fight with the people of your settings. You do not go to fight weak people. Fighting weak people shows you how coward you are. Yeah, if you realize that you're strong, you're energetic, you're muscular, you go to fight with the people who have muscles, who have, you know, Virginia Wagari have no muscles. The muscles she has, her muscles is the spiritual muscles. She has the muscles of the spirit. And if this rich man is trying to fight, then we shall see who will win. Ajenge, hata ajenge ya ghorofa gapi. Let him build. Yeah. Let him build even a story building. Let him even employ and bring. He want to show, it's like a competition because Virginia Wagari's mansion was so, you know, fragrance or whatever it is. I mean, so it's like this man want to compete with Virginia Wagari. Yeah, go on and compete with her. But your competition will take you nowhere, I tell you. And I speak this without holding nothing back. I speak this in pain to see that this is a rich man who has come to compete with Virginia Wagari. And you continue, you know, to put up your story building in someone, knowing that you have hurt someone else. Yeah, Virginia Wagari have 9 children. She built up this wall to protect her children from dangers. And now you have demolished her fence so that you can put up your story building on your fence. Again, I ask, what will you benefit by breaking the wall of this woman? What do you benefit? Do you gain more money by doing that? Maybe yes, maybe no. You know, thank you for watching Alive. I'm trying to speak on behalf of a woman who has suffered a lot, who has been mistreated in her whole life, to an extent that one time this woman was locked up by her husband, for 3 months in a cave. 3 months where she was denied food, where she was denied water, and all the man used to go to do there is to molest, to abuse this woman. And so I have all the rights to defend this woman. And I will defend even other women who will face this. Virginia Wangari does not deserve this. She deserves her rights. She deserves, a proper judgment. And again, I encourage you, for those who have supported Virginia Wangari, even to set up her mansion, continue to support her. Continue to support this woman of God. You do not know the seed that you're planting. This seed will never be forgotten. You are doing God's work. Let the rich continue to disturb, to mesmerize the life of Virginia. And I tell Virginia, as I sang from the beginning, ukiokoka, sorry, Swahili brings problem to me sometimes. Ukiokoka jua ya kwamba, shetani hana imani nawe. That when God is blessing you, there are others who seek to pull you down. It is just so common. Even someone was reminding me, be careful that God has blessed you, Pat. Yeah, because sometimes they might come 7 demons to pull you down. And so it is, we must be very careful. And I encourage Virginia, and I tell her, and I remind her again, Virginia, be careful of your enemies. Your enemies are alert. And in the night prayer, there is a prayer we do say before we go to bed, for those who are Catholics and those who are trained in this. Protect us, Lord, as we stay awake. Watch over us as we go to sleep, that while awake we may watch with Christ and asleep in his peace. And 1 Peter also tells us, the devil is prowling like a roaring lion, seeking for someone to devour. Seeking for someone to devour. Resist him and solid in your faith. I repeat again, the devil is prowling like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him and solid in your faith. That verse is in 1 Peter. I cannot remember the exact verse, but it's in the 1 Peter, and you can Google it up. And this is to all of us, that Satan is prowling like a roaring lion. He's looking for someone to devour. So my friend, be careful that it will not be you who Satan want to devour, because that is the work of Satan. Where Satan is, there is division, there is disunity, there is destruction. Satan is a thief. We are told in the scripture that Satan comes only to destroy. There's no way Satan can come in the midst of people and give them life. His work, he comes to destroy and to create disunity. So stay sober, stand firm. And that is why sometimes you might think Mom Virginia is angry when she speaks, but she speaks passionately because God has visited her. She feels the pains she has gone through. And again, I remind my people, thank you very much for liking this video, and thank you for following. And again, I remind people, it is only an individual who knows their story. Some people think they know your story. They do not know your story. And sometimes people see us smiling, but they do not know the story behind us. We have come from afar. And same thing it is with Mom Virginia. She has come from afar. I repeat again, she was like in a cell. She was like in a prison, in her own house. She was married by an abusive man. And this abusive man used to tell her children that their mother is a witchcraft. She used to tell the children that their mother is a wizard. The children, these 9 children, were brainwashed by their father. They used to see their mother and they ran away. Can you imagine? When Virginia Wangari got her last born, she never breastfed her because the man grabbed her. Her husband grabbed that child and gave it to her daughter. And to an extent, the people used to think that he was married to her daughter. Can you imagine? Just because of his side chick. And Mom Virginia have faced a lot because the lady who sponsored Mom Virginia's wedding came and took over her husband. See the pain in which Mom Virginia has gone through. This woman used to come to wash in her house. I'm just telling you some little pieces of her story, This woman used to come to wash in Mom Virginia's house. And when she washed, she was also coming to steal her husband. And so it is that Mom Virginia never knew what was happening. So the woman who used to come to cook for her children, at the same time, she wanted her husband. And lastly, she took over Virginia's husband. And Virginia simply just let it go. So evil after evil followed Virginia. So Virginia, in order to gain her children, to receive her children back, and she only received some because one of the children is still with that stepmother or stepwoman or whatever she is, because she seems to be the wizard. So Mom Virginia fought. She fought hard for her children. And luckily, one of the judges or one of the witnesses came forward, one of the lawyers, sorry, I remember now. English is very difficult sometimes. So one of the lawyers came, volunteered to be on defense of Virginia Wangari without no payment. That was when the Virginia Wangari's children, a few of them came back to her. And let me tell you, those children never believed Virginia Wangari was their mother because their dad had taught them to run away from their mother. Can you imagine? Mom Virginia used to go to school and the children would run away to hide. That is how far the children were brainwashed. They never even wanted to hear about their mother. Some of you should go back to her earlier videos whereby these children come on live and speak how their father used to tell them and how their stepmother used to tell them about their little mother. They used to tell them that their little mother would bewitch them, that she would give them poison, and they should never ever call her mother. And those children grew up, hated their mother. And now again, Satan is putting these children into another trauma, because this woman has gotten a land which has her own title deed. She can show it up. It is a genuine title deed. It is a credible title deed. It is not that she has stolen this land. This land, a lot of Kenyans and other people contributed for her to have this land. And now someone rich has come and demolished her fence in order to build there. Well, he claims he's lying. He claims that Mom Virginia's portion of land, has surpassed in his land. But should that be a big deal? Should that be a big deal? He can use the right procedure. He can go to Virginia's lawyer. Yeah, a while ago he spoke as if he's a nice man, But I want to warn him, do not pray with the women who have gone through pains. Do not hurt them again. Please, I beg you. Our women deserves respect, total respect. And so it is our mothers. For those who have a mother, take courage. Yesterday, I was going through to another friend of mine. He's a policeman. I was going through his Facebook. His name is Fabian Turner. He lost his mother in 2019. And when I read all the postings that he has on his Facebook, you can feel that he still misses his mother, the things that he speaks about his mother. And it could be that his mother was not rich at all. It's just a cup of water. But as you know, a cup of water given by a mother tastes different from any other bitch out there, from any other woman out there, from any other chick out there. A little food prepared by your mother is more tastier than anybody's else food. in this world. A mother's love. When you are rejected by everyone, by everybody else, you can only go back to your family. You can only go back to your mother. And so these women deserve respect, especially those who have been hurt. Do not hurt them for the second time, for the third time, for the fourth time. Mom Virginia, take courage. God is with you. I will stand with you. People will stand with you. God, above all, will stand with you. And if God is for you, who can be against you? If God is for you, who can be against you? I pray for peace for your children at this time that they are traumatized again by this rich man, greedy man. He is greedy. FAYA THAYU, you've got no reason to support this greedy man. You have no reason at all. Watch your steps. Watch your tongue. Talk less. Talk less when you're coming to the defense and when you're coming to a single mother who have no defense. Mom Virginia was right to say, be playing with her. But now it's like advantage. He knows in that household there is no man to be feared. And so he thinks Virginia Wagari is a simple woman, so he can do whatever he wants with her. If he starts with the fence, the next thing he'll do is taking the house. And so it is that Virginia Wagari lazima asimamie haki yake. She has to stand for justice. Yes, every journey begins with one step. Uyo mwizi, that thief, that greedy rich man will start by breaking the fence. And the next thing is taking Virginia's one portion of his house. He will say that one portion of Virginia's house is in his land, And he will also say the entire house of Virginia is in his land. And who will defend this poor woman? Tell me, you people who are watching and listening to me online, tell me, who is going to defend this poor woman? She has nobody to defend her initially. If we do not speak on her behalf, that people listen to a clip like this, and spread it, take this clip viral, spread it out, share it out, my dear friends, and subscribe it up. Yeah, because we have to defend women like those who are going through great struggles. Women like those who have no defense. Someone have to stand and die for them. And I'm ready. I'm ready to die for these children. These children have no father at the moment. They have a father, but their father abandoned them. Their father does not send anything, not a single little money at the end of the month to support these children. He breeded a lot. He has 9 children, and he does not support them. He does not help them. It is only this single mother who takes care of her 9 children and the 2 more that he has adopted. So nearly 12 children, Her husband is away. We must think sometime. Sometime we must process before we go to attack people. Farodi, you must process yourself, process your mind, process your words before you go to attack a poor woman. This is a poor woman who deserves her dignity. She's trying to restore her dignity back. Why should you lower your standard to go to support rich people, to attack this poor woman? No, it don't go so. Yes, the rich people can give you money, but I tell you, the poor people can pray for you. Na niulize swali. Let me ask a question. When a car gets stuck into the mud, for the countries where there is mud, or gets stuck in a spot, who are the first people that you see coming to help you to take that car from the mud? Do you ever see a rich man coming out from his car to go to push your car? You ever see that? A rich woman or a rich man coming out from their car to push your car? No, it is the rich, it is the poor, those people that you ignore, those people that you splash with the water when you pass by, when you walk, when you drive. Those people that you disrespect when you drive, they're the same people that leave, that come and push your car. Maskini dio wanakutabua. As rich as you could be, it is only the poor people who recognizes you most. Yeah, that when your car gets stuck into the mud, the first people to come to rescue you is the poor people. When your house catch fire, the first people that you see running with the water in their buckets, trying to come to quench your fire or trying to scream and shout, it is the poor people. Because the rich people, they are too smart. They cannot even shout. They are just shouting itself or a scream that there is fire, fire, fire. The rich people have not that time. They are smart. They cannot scream. My dear friends, yani, let us know ourselves. Self-knowledge is very important. Yani tujijue wenyewe. Self-knowledge, it's very important. When you have self-knowledge, you come to understand yourself better, and that helps you to understand others. And you will never just, just come and start attacking people without having processed your words or having processed your actions. I feel bad, but as a defense or a defender for the poor, I have all the rights to defend the poor, and I will stand for the poor until the day I die. Even recently, I was in another group, a WhatsApp group, where a few people got angry because I tell them what it is. And I said to myself, I don't care. You can block me in every group. You can block me because I tell the truth and I'm not afraid of anything. You can block me because there is no WhatsApp group that is a company for me or that pays me. Yeah, when I come there, I just come to say hi to the people, whichever group that it is, whichever group that is a WhatsApp. And I don't have to have those groups, and I don't need to be in those groups. Yeah. My friends, I am humbled for those who joined this live, and I salute you in the name of Jesus. I salute you in the name of God, and I pray for you that you continue to be one who defends the poor. You continue to be one who encourages others, and you continue to stand for the rights of those who are weak. Because there's some rich people, there's some poor people who have nobody to defend them. And if you and I keep quiet, then it seems like we are cooperating, no? So somebody have to speak for these people. And so I know that this video will go viral. I expect every Kenyan, everybody, everywhere, every Jamaican, everywhere you are in the States, everywhere you are in the world, this video should go viral so that we all become defenders of that. And that's why I use the English language to make sure that somehow it reaches to most of us. Yeah. I never wanted to speak Kikuyu a lot, but I think in it I have benefit on this. So thank you very much once again. Thank you for joining this live. I love you. God bless you all. Yeah, thank you very much. Big up yourself. Yeah. All right.